Hey, another Kodama. Well, this gate looks important. There's totally... Oh, you know what? Given what I saw in the preview trailer for this trial, I think this might be where the boss is. That, of course, leaves me at the question of how the hell do I get to that roof area, but, I can explore the level after killing the boss, assuming this is indeed where the boss is. Let me actually equip something useful to my final hotbar slot. I technically have 8 more, but you have to like switch between the sets and that can be a bit confusing, so I'm going to stick with this one for now. I think I picked up some weapon buffs, yeah, the water amulets, so let's see if this is indeed the boss. Okay, no, not yet. This is totally the area where the boss is going to be, but for the moment it's just progression. In fact, this might be a shortcut door that leads to near where the boss is. Oh, it's these guys. These guys are a fun enemy type, quote-unquote. Thankfully, I don't have to deal with them at the moment, as I was able to just headshot that one. I'm sure there will be more of them and you'll see why they can be so damn annoying. Yeah, a child yokai. Don't treat that like a child. It's, not gonna end up well if you do. Oh, so this probably leads back around to that drop down that I noticed earlier, or maybe not. Gonna have to go back and try that if I don't end up getting back around to there normally. I picked up another Kodama. Was that a ladder that I saw over here, or is that just like some pattern of the wood? It must have just been like a pattern in the wood, yeah. So I have that path over there, then I have this way over here, assuming I can head through that door. Oh, I can. Alright, so... no enemies immediately apparent, never mind. I should probably try and use my items a bit more. I'm starting to reach the max carry limit of some of them. Ooh, a Kusarigama upgrade. I might actually switch back to using the Kusarigama then. But I'll play around with the regular katana and the dual katanas a bit more. So what are you? Alright, Axe Owner, you're probably the least dangerous, especially when you're in an open space. If you're in a cramped space, they can be pretty dangerous because they do a lot of damage, but as long as you have room to dodge, it's fine. Oh wow, I just destroyed his key. Alright, so if I can actually get the time to do it, I'm going to use one of my Kekai talismans, because they're pretty much made for situations like these. Alright, that's a good amount of cooldown. So by using it, I give myself a buff that gives me drastically increased ki, and automatically destroys any yokai fields that the yokai create, which makes fighting them so much easier. The yokai fields, I think, give them a general stat buff, and at the very least I know that they give them increased ki regeneration. Oh, not dead? Come on. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong health bar. Oops. You're almost dead. Let me switch to the duels to finish you off. So see what I mean? They do tiny amounts of damage per hit, but they deal so many hits and so quickly that the DPS can be really high if you can just continue to hammer on the enemy. Can I not actually go up to that Buddha statue? Doesn't look like it. Alright. What about this door over here? Oh come on, it's locked too? Alright, so I'm gonna have to remember that for whenever I pick up a key. Alright, so let's... oh, before I head down that pathway, let me check what's in this well. Straight from DS2, they have wells that you can knock the stones into to raise the buckets and get items. Usually not anything useful, but it's worth doing, of course. Oh, something... oh, that's what noticed me. Ugh, yeah, I'm really not a fan of the dual katanas. Part of it's the unfamiliarity with the moveset. But again, part of it is that you need to have a huge commitment, even more so than, say, the axe, if you really want to get the damage off. They just don't really fit my playstyle all that much. In fact, I think I'm going to stop using it right now, before I end up fighting something actually dangerous with it and do terribly. So I'm sorry if you wanted to see the use of the dual katanas. Let's use the Kusarigama, the new weapon type, to this demo, and something that I tried out a little bit of and am really enthused by. It's a pretty fun weapon type. Oh, something else. Oh, noticed me. Wow, you're pretty far away. Again, that's another really cool thing, is the fact that the minimap glows red and it plays a sound when an enemy notices you. So that way, even if you can't see them, you can actually still, like, you can know to look around for them. So let me take out this dude so he doesn't bother me. There we go. Oh hey, another shrine, so I've made a decent amount of progress then. Alright, so I'm back, so let me level up first thing. Should be able to get like 3 or 4 levels out of this. Let me definitely put a few into magic, get a few more Nioh magic stuffs. So how many... So I have 3 levels, so let's put 2 into magic and... let's give me a little bit more HP, why the hell not? And then let's actually put some skill points into stuff. One thing I've noticed is that you gain samurai skill points at a much reduced rate compared to the previous tests. I think part of that might be because like your major source of samurai skill points is actually from mastering weapons. One of the weapon stats that there is, let me actually show that off, is familiarity. If you use a weapon, it gains familiarity, and each weapon has its own separate bar, and if you fill that up, you actually get some samurai skill points. And I've been switching weapons enough that I haven't been doing that, which is probably the main reason why I'm not getting them. But I feel like still that those bars, the familiarity bars, actually filled up faster than the previous tests, but maybe not. So I got 3 points. I think I am going to stick with the sword and Kusarigama for the rest of the test. So let me pick up some sword skills. There is a parry. Ooh. I'm tempted to spend my 3 remaining on the EI skill, because if you can manage to time it right, the EI move is incredibly powerful. But of course, it's a quick draw technique, so you have to store it in your scabbard first, so it takes a while to charge up, which means it's pretty difficult to time. So I think instead I'm going to try and pick up 1 or 2 of the parry moves, because there are multiple ones, which is pretty awesome. Well, at least there were. Let's see, Alright, so here's the square parry. There was also a triangle parry in the previous test, but it doesn't seem like it's here. Alright, let's do this one then. So this parries an opponent's attack and then closes in on them. And then what is the upgrade to that, parries an enemy's attack and then neutralizes it? What? The wording on this seems odd. It seems like, does that mean that if I parry an attack with just this level, that it would still do damage? That seems odd. I'm gonna have to test that out. But let's put the thing I have the most points into things. Yeah, woods. Yeah, let's get some magic shit. So let's head down to where I was putting in points before to get the Kekai talismans. Where were they? Shouldn't that be right here? Somewhere here. Where the hell was it? I don't know why these ones are all like question marked out. I'm still not sure what that's about. Oh, whoops, I forgot there wasn't a confirm option. I didn't mean to purchase that. Okay, yeah, now it says question mark, so I'm not sure why these are blanked out. Yeah, that's really weird. So Kekai Talisman must be probably that one, but that's a question mark too. I'm really confused right now. Oh yeah, there were a ton of systems at play here. Yeah, I have no idea, like, I'm under Nioh magic, like, I feel like I'm being incredibly obtuse and just not noticing something that's incredibly obvious, but, like, I don't see the Kekai Talisman thing here anymore, so it must be, like, one of these ones here that has the question marks on it. It says other training required, so I guess that's why it's not showing me it, but it's still weird. Yeah, because I have one level in each of these, you can see by that blue bar. Yellow means I don't have that at all yet, so I guess I'll just ignore that for now. So let's see what else would be useful for me. Having, I could pick up some of these weapon buff talismans, but I still have plenty of the water ones that I've been picking up that are non-renewable, so I should use those first before I invest in regenerating ones. So what other items seem like they might be useful? Ooh, so this would be very good if you wanted to do a lot of co-op. Health regeneration for your allies. Possibly not you. I'm not sure if it works on you or not. But you could have like a paladin samurai type build. Oh, reduces defense but raises attack. Nice trade-off. I always like that in games. Easy to find rare items, increase gold, which I haven't even had a use for yet. I think that's primarily blacksmithing stuff, is what gold is used for. Yeah, I really don't know. I really don't see anything that I especially want to purchase here. I guess I should have checked that out first before leveling up my magic stat. This reduces an enemy's ability to recover ki. That could be useful against the boss, so yeah, let's get Devigorate Talismans first, so I can then unlock that. Although reducing enemy defensive power would also be useful. Let me pick up one of each, why not? And yeah, I can't get the upgrade, so that must be something that's tied maybe to my magic stat or something else. Maybe I need to talk to some sort of trainer. Alright, I spent way longer out there than I should have due to my confusion, so let's see what I can currently equip. So the total jutsu cost of the things that you have equipped has to be less than your total capacity, of course. So I have 12 capacity total. The Kekai Talisman takes 5. I definitely am going to want to keep those. And everything else either takes 4 or 5, so I can only choose one. So would I want to reduce enemy attack power, enemy ki recovery, or enemy defense power? Ki is pretty key in this game, so I'm gonna go with this lifesteal talisman. Anything else I want to do here? I have a new blessing. This increases the amount of Amrita I earn. Ooh, that's actually probably worthwhile. Especially if I'm going to be sticking with just like the Kusarigama and the Katana. I don't really need more weapon drops. I mean, it would be nice to get an upgrade, but it's not super important. Might be worth leveling up Spirit next time I have enough Amrita to unlock more bonuses. I'm gonna stick with my current Guardian Spirit though. Okay. And then let me just make sure I have my items equipped. So I'm definitely going to have to use the second set here if I want to have everything equipped. I think I'm going to do what I did in the previous test and have one set of items for general use and then another set of items specifically for dealing with yokai. So the first one will be for general use, so I'm going to want to get rid of the Kekai Talisman. Let's replace it with Sacred Water, which is basically a green blossom from Dark Souls. And then for the second set here, I always have Elixir on the top spot, so that way I can heal with either set out, so there's a bit less confusion that way. And then have my Kekai Talisman on the left. The other talisman, the lifesteal one, on the right. And then on down, I can have Salt. which I haven't used yet. I should. It does a lot of ki damage, but to yokai only. Alright, so let's actually continue on. Yeah, I have said that ki is pretty key twice, not just because of the joke quote-unquote factor, but because, like, that's just where my mind goes to. I mean, ki is pretty key, it's pretty important. Alright, that's the first time that I picked up some prayer beads, so let me just see what those do. Oh, it's an accessory. Reduces damage from yokai, increases fire defense, and damage from poison. That's definitely going to be worth equipping. Let me replace the fire charm with that. I'm going to want to keep the medicine case on since it increases the efficacy of my elixirs. You know what, it's been ages since I fought a player revenant. Let me do that. Ooh, that guy has a purple rarity Kusarigama. That could be an upgrade for me if it ends up dropping. So let's try that. He was cut down by a Raven Tengu, which is not an enemy I've encountered yet, so thanks for that warning. Let's switch to the katana. Oop, shit. There we go. I gotta be a bit better at using the ki pulse though. Let's try the heavy stance Kusarigama. Ooh, mistake. Oh, his actually has fire damage on it. That could be very useful for me. I really hope I get that as a drop. Yeah, you can tell I'm not super familiar with the Kusarigama's moveset because I am not using it efficiently at all. Let me switch back to the katana, which is something I actually know how to use to somewhat of a degree. Oh, don't fall off. I think that's going to get rid of the loot. Yeah, the enemy AI with the Kusarigama is actually pretty good, much smarter than the other weapons, or maybe it just seems that way to me because again I'm not used to the moveset. Hey, I got it! That's an upgrade for me, yay! Okay, so let's see how much better it is. Okay, so worse attack, but only by a slight bit, and it does have that natural fire. So one of the nice things about elements is that not only do they add damage to your attacks, that's actually the lesser effect. The main effect they have is that if you hit the enemy enough times, you actually proc a status effect unique to that element. For fire, it's a damage over time. For water, it's something... Okay, I don't remember any of the others. I remember one of them being especially useful because it caused, I think, a defense reduction, which is obviously very good if you want to increase your damage against an enemy. But I forget what element that was. I think, oh, the other one I remember is that lightning will stun you for a short time if you fully proc that. So that's also a useful element. Fire is definitely the least useful in my opinion, but it's still good to have. So it looks like I can head down 2 different pathways. That area looks rather ominous, so I'm thinking of checking out there secondarily. Got an Oni to deal with. Probably some other enemies like hidden in the bushes or something. Or not. Alright, this looks to be the only dude here, so I should be able to get off a sneak attack. Let me try and get more familiar with the Kusarigama. Nope. It's close. Oh yeah, I'm thinking that the low stance Kusarigama might be very good against yokai that have had their ki drained, because they can't fight back as long as I keep up the offensive. Oh. Watch it turn out that this fixed item is literally what that phantom that I killed was wielding. That's probably the case. I think it might be, although the one that I get from the phantom actually has better effects, mainly that fire. So I'm not going to switch over to the one that I just picked up. Alright, let's see where this leads. Now that I'm thinking about it, this might be progress, or it might lead back down to that door that I saw. that was locked from the other side. Okay, yeah, I'm really liking the low stance of the Kusarigama. The spammability is strong with it, that's for damn sure. Alright, what are you gonna be? I'm thinking, okay, that it might have been that Raven Tengu that was mentioned, that the guy retreated all the way back there, but apparently not. Maybe the Raven Tengu was in that courtyard that I ignored. Oh wow. How much? Yes, easy. It is so easy to drain, like, the key of enemies in this. It seems like they might have made that a bit easier, again, to make the demo a bit easier. That guy's gonna start lobbing firebombs at me, I'm sure, so I'm gonna retreat a little bit to a more advantageous position. There we go. See, I was doing 42 damage a tick, which isn't amazing, but it does help. It's certainly a lot better than the fire damage that's actually added to the actual attacks, which is like 20 per hit. Still haven't figured out the exact use of this heavy attack, because it doesn't seem to combo at all. I guess it kind of drags you forward a bit, so it's mainly meant to be like an engage with the enemy from a further distance. Sorry, not that attack, I meant the high stance one, this one. Because you just drag it backwards. I've tried it against smaller enemies, but it didn't grab them like I thought it would. Let me stick with the high stance to see if I can't figure out exactly what the use of that heavy is. So I can't actually get up there and deal with that zombie, and they seem to have wandered off, so hopefully they won't ambush me at an inopportune moment. Oh! Hey, I saw you a while ago. I forget exactly where I saw you from, but I noticed you and I ended up sniping you from a distance. Unfortunately, that didn't end up helping me because I respawned the enemies in the meantime, but hey, temple key. So presumably I would use that on that locked door I encountered. So that's presumably progress. So let me check out that courtyard then. I really want to encounter this Raven Tengu. I've actually already seen them in some preview footage of the trial that I looked at. But I'm not super familiar with them, so they should be fun to fight. Nothing else that's likely to ambush me, I think, so let's switch. Okay, so how do I switch item loadouts? I forget how I do that. Is it just... No, that's not it. It's not that. Shoot, I might actually have to look at the controls. I was able to do it earlier, but I've by now forgotten it. Oh yeah, by the way, if you've come in late, something I want to show off. Control Type B. It's literally just Dark Souls control scheme, at least as much as they can fit to this game, which amuses me. Personally, I prefer the default. I think having the attacks on square and triangle make a lot more sense for how often you're going to be repeatedly tapping them. But if you're someone who is perfectly, like, you have to use the Dark Souls control scheme with this sort of game, it's there for you. And then they have a whole bunch of other control schemes which I haven't even bothered looking at. Alright, so how do I switch my weapon loadouts? Chew, it looks like. There we go, yep, just tap that. That's how you do it. So let me use the Kekai Talisman, which... Wait, oh, I did not set my loadouts like I thought I did. Right, I have the Lifesteal Talisman on here. Do I have any? I guess I could keep it there. So let's put, so to keep myself from being confused, let me make sure it's on the same shortcut on both sets. And then the Kekai Talisman there. There we go, okay. So Kekai Talisman, and then get the Lifesteal ready for when it spawns in. Yep, that looks like a Tengu. I've reduced his ki, and now I can just throw salt at him and hopefully destroy it. There we go. See, ton of ki damage and no effort on your part. There we go. I should be able to reduce the rest of it if I get off enough attacks. And there we go. But he recovered it fairly quickly, and he has a lot of health. I might switch to the katana, since again I'm more familiar with that moveset. They have a ranged attack. Good to know. Alright, so this guy's actually something of a proper mini-boss. I dodged too late. I'm gonna shut up now. Alright, there we go.